Previously on Knight's Quest.
Come and check on me tomorrow. I must work through the night.
Everyone goes to sleep, and we all have good dreams. There's people in the tree?
You could get stuck in the tree. The deal has been set. You'll protect me.
And you will get me to Costa Rica. Now, where is Raish?
Does he look like that? And there are 3 hooded figures approaching out of the trees. We got some fighting to do.
My boys, my beautiful boys, I've gathered you here today on this sad occasion.
On the day of my daughter's wedding.
The day of my daughter's wedding, a sad occasion. Because after today, she'll no longer be my daughter, but she will belong to another family. And after that, I'm going to need to send both of you to Axe, the father of that family, and her husband, so I can get her back.
Oh my god.
It's a sad day. Do you accept?
I don't know I don't know if that's how any of that works, but
boss, I feel like most of the time we don't outright say, hey, please go kill this person.
Please go commit.
We try to use more figurative language, boss.
Multiple homicide.
John, you Franklin, my boys, you misunderstand me.
I need you
when
to go
I
to
say
this
I need
person's
you to
house.
go when I say you need to go ask the father and the husband so I can get my daughter back into my family, I mean I need you to listen to this episode of Knight's Quest, my boys. It's a figure of speech, my boys.
Is it?
Everybody knows this, my boys. Now let's go. We have a wedding.
The more times you say "my boys," the more I think you're referring to your own testicles, and I can't.
What?
You just ruined this character.
Oh no!
I can never use it again. It was my favorite.
I think you mean you can only use this character instead of your regular voice. You've lost your own identity.
This is not my default voice.
This man,
it's me.
He's been giving our family some problems. I need you to go over there to where he is and kill him with guns and bullets very graphically.
I need you to go commit violent atrocities at him.
I need you to go to commit actual crimes.
I am saying this right now. If there are any recording devices in the room, I, Leo Vitelli, am giving my blessing for this hit. In a court of law, this statement is evidence.
This is my social security number. Here is my current address, my license, and my insurance information.
I feel like we're getting away from the concept of mafia in general.
You don't know.
Would it surprise you that I don't know what mafia is?
I thought you had, family in the mafia, Nathan. That's the only reason why I agreed to live with you in college. Because I thought I was, safe.
They're gonna protect you.
No, you misunderstood. It was backwards. The mafia is his family. The words got switched
Mafia's
around.
My family.
Well, also, when I said, that I have people who are going to axe other people, I meant Knight's Quest, which is when we started the show. So,
of course.
Are you planning to have axe murders happen in this episode?
Well, there's axes in Knight's Quest, or hatchets that the blades use.
That's true, yeah.
Speaking of the blades, that's where we're at right now.
The only logical transition we've made so far.
We are at the blades.
Oh, that's pretty good. At this point in the story, as you all heard in the previously on, Katrina having a very tense meeting with the Orf Run in this beautiful, golden-lit garden. I'm picturing a little white marble bench, and a little stream babbling by.
Like the one from Hercules where the muses sang that song.
Oh, I can picture that. Yeah.
So it's a very quaint and quiet little, nice garden with the purple and silver trees and the golden evening light from the trees. But it's all ruined by 3 shadowy figures emerging from the trees. Now, to help me craft this world. I have created a list of possible weapons that these figures are going to be using.
Ooh, okay.
And so if you boys have your D6s with you.
Hell yeah. That's fun.
I need you to each roll one. If not, Jake, we can roll one.
Here, hold on. I think I might be able to...
Here it is.
That did nothing.
Did you just type roll a D6 into Skype?
I did, and you can shut up.
And it just said roll a D6.
Yeah, it just flashed across the screen for a second. Roll a D6.
All right, Jamie, tell me what your actual dice rolled.
Yeah. That was a 3.
Okay.
3 shall be the number.
I rolled a 5.
I rolled a 3.
We should have just like absolutely freaked out, like, wow, a 3!
Oh my gosh, 2 3s that changes everything.
Total 64!
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
This group of 6 options will probably be coming up again in the future, so don't worry that we rolled only 2 of them, because the figures that step forward are all wearing similar types of robes. They're purple with silver trim around the edges of the sleeves and the center of the robe and around the hoods.
Something
but the robes
tells me these people are either royal or political in nature.
But don't worry, the robes aren't like too long that they get in the way, because they are also all very prepared for combat. I'm going to say all 3 of them are orphs of varying degrees of skin tone, with their long silver hair as well. And 2 of them have very noticeable gold and green rings on their pointer finger, with the thumb kind of like leaning against it, like ready to do something.
Oh boy.
And the third one
Where's
has...
his Ajax when you need him?
I know. He's in the desert. That's where he is.
That's right, he is.
He's in the desert, going through his own stuff. And the third one is holding in their right hand, it looks like a red rope, but it doesn't seem like it's like a physical thing. It almost looks like it's a magical, or not ephemeral, but astral, like astral in form.
Ethereal.
Ethereal.
I believe
Thank
the
you.
Skyrim equivalent you're looking for is ethereal weapon.
Yes. They got one of those suckers.
One of them dudes.
So
love those.
the 3 of these individuals appear, and Run says to you, Katrina, well, those are the people that were hunting me. Katrina, say hello to the Mage Guards, the official security force of the Bawayu. And, well, they're here to kill me, so a little help would be appreciated. Thank you.
Katrina just takes a second, and she like looks around to see if there's like anybody else around, kind of like taking stock of her surroundings, and then she like flourishes the cloak of daggers out to one side, like gunslinger style, like hand ready to grab something, and says, I sure hope you know how to use those things. And then she throws the backstabber past all 3 of the mage guards. Now, this is going to be complicated because I want to do a couple things simultaneously, because I know the backstabber is its own thing, but I also want Katrina to sandify and try and not race the dagger, but basically like she's going to try and throw the dagger behind the mage guards and then sandify and try and catch the dagger behind the mage guards.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay.
So she's going to throw the dagger. It's going to hit him.
No.
And then
she's going to throw the dagger past them and then sandify also past them and grab the dagger mid-flight.
Oh, okay.
She'd probably...
I think...
Yeah. She could probably confuse them even more if she throws it, like, up and over them. like she's tossing a grenade
like
and they're just
lobbing
like, what
it?
the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just have you roll, because both of those are separate moves. Let's just do the turn to sand move, I think.
Alright, what's the difficulty? Because it's kind of a difficult thing that I'm trying to do.
Yeah, so you're trying to do like basically a blade, a slash. So their resistance is... Because you're still trying to stab them in the back, right?
So here's my big picture. I want to like lob the dagger to get them to look at it.
Okay.
And then sandify, grab the dagger mid-air, and then throw it again.
From behind them?
Yes.
Let's just have you go against their resistance, which for blade is 3.
So 3 purple?
Yep.
Let's see.
let's add, I hate to do it mid-roll, but add one of the setback dice because of all the
black one
you're doing. Yep.
I like how this move could seem like a tactical advantage because now you have one person on either side of the mage guard, but it could also seem like a bad thing because now you're each by yourself, you know? It's interesting how you could read it both ways.
So, I have a success and an advantage.
Well, great.
Nice.
Okay. It sounds like you're going to say a but. So,
this is the best possible outcome.
Yeah, so you succeed in what you do, and that's what the success means, and the advantage, you get an extra bonus. So you succeed in hitting one of them. So I'll let you decide. You can hit either the one that has the red whip or one of the two that has the rings. Again, you're not sure what their powers are yet. And your advantage could be that it's like super deadly. You could, now you've startled both of them and give Run an advantage on her move. Or you could do something else.
I mean, Katrina's an assassin. That's what she does. So I think it only makes sense that the only, like, if she's trying to kill somebody, she's going to go for the kill. So I think it only makes sense that, like, whatever this attack is, she's like aiming for the jugular. You know, she's trying to do the most amount of damage in the least amount of time. So I think it only makes sense that the advantage is that it's a super deadly attack.
Okay. Towards a person with a ring or the red whip?
Yeah, since there's two people with the rings, I'm going to go for one of the rings.
Perfect.
Or one of the people with the rings.
Yeah. Right. So you're going for the jugular. I think the backstabber.
I mean, that was a metaphor. I wasn't meaning literally, but that could work too.
Yeah, I think that'll still be pretty bad. I'm gonna say they're not like dead quite this second, but they are
wounded.
Pretty much out for a while, as they've now got this blade protruding from their neck.
Yeah, bleeding from the neck is never a good thing.
Yeah, so they're not going to be a concern at the moment. Right. I'm going to say, before Run can get a chance to do something, I'm going to have one of them move.
Sure.
I'm going to say the individual with the red whip, they kind of spin it around their hand, almost lasso-like, and throw it towards you. When they first held it, it almost seemed to be only a couple feet long, but when they threw it, it seemed to magically just continue to grow.
Sure.
As if either elastic, or that's just the magical property that it has.
It's a magic fishing line.
And it's going to now try to wrap around you. So I'm going to see if they can roll. So, Katrina, what is your spell resistance? So that could just be resistance in general.
Uh-huh.
If you don't have...
Yeah, my resistance is 3. I don't have any additions in spell.
Okay, so it would just be 3.
Yep.
Bad guys doing some rolling. Oh no. Well, hold on. Is that good for you, though? Okay, 2 successes. So they are able to wrap you with this whip. So it does kind of...
Okay.
It doesn't do you any harm, but you are kind of like stuck in that situation.
Sure.
But they got 3 disadvantages.
Oh, jeez.
So
okay.
I'm going to say that this one who threw the red whip, is going to be distracted. So they're going to be easily to attack by Run. 2 could be...
I mean, we're tethered together now.
Yep.
Which is not necessarily an advantage for them. Because now they're stuck dealing with Katrina.
Yeah, so now maybe they've got you tethered and they couldn't escape you if they had tried. And
the one with the whip is just like, in hindsight, this was a very ineffective weapon choice by me.
Well, they're trying to restrain the victims, you know?
Right.
Or not the victims, the culprits. And the 3rd disadvantage will be that I think they maybe accidentally, in the process, do whip the person who got stabbed. And so now they're like critical.
Jeez, okay.
It didn't help them.
Yo.
I'm gonna say that's a thing that can happen. I realize I'm playing 3 out of the 4 people in this party.
Yeah.
So that's not very fun. And if Ray shows up, then I'll be 5 out of them. Okay. Alright, so Run is gonna do her attack. She's gonna draw her 2 curved blades and run at the... I should probably do the one that we just got the advantage towards, right? The one with the red whip.
Probably.
Yep, so she's going to run towards that while their back is to her. And there's a whole shit ton of dice. She's got 2 successes, 2 advantages.
Yo!
Oh, sweet.
So she's also going to go for the kill with one of hers, going to make it extra deadly. And she's going to use the other one to free Katrina from this.
Sweet.
Oh, okay. Hey,
So,
yeah.
with one of her curved blades, she gets a real good stab in the back, and the other one, she swings it forward. And she's unable to cut the red whip, but she's able to smack the hand that's holding it, and they let go. And so then it just kind of swirls around Katrina. And because I'm nice, I'll just let Katrina go again before the remaining person goes.
Yeah, well, hold on. Yeah, what's this chuckle fuck with the 2 rings doing this whole time? Like, I realize this is only a matter of seconds, but...
So the first one who had a ring is like nearly dead. He's on the ground. We'll just have the other one go next then.
Yeah, because I feel like I want to know what these rings do.
Yep. So, again, they've got this one golden green ornate ring. It's about like an inch wide on near the base of their index finger, and then they scroll their thumb kind of around it, like as if they're doing some kind of movements. And while they do that, you see some rocks nearby and some just detritus start floating up around them, and then they hurl it towards you. They like flick on the ring, and the items start hurling towards Katrina.
Okay.
So they've got some kind of telepathy.
All right.
With the rings. I should probably have him make a move. I'm gonna have him do a move.
I want to do something really freaking badass, but I don't know if Katrina can do it.
First of all, how dare you say that?
Katrina can do anything.
With enough alcohol, Katrina can do anything she wants.
If Katrina can't do something, then I don't think it's an exaggeration that no one in our story can do it.
Not a single person can do it.
Okay, so they were unable to hit you.
Nice.
They failed, but they had 3 advantages. So they didn't do you any harm, but I think all of the stuff whirling, like whizzing past you, the rocks and the chunks of the pavement that they were able to pick up, is going to give you a setback die on your next movement. You're going to be distracted from that. It's also going to distract Run as well, and it's going to allow this person who has the ring to rush over and be standing next to their fallen comrade. So they've been able to move to be kind of by them.
I see.
Okay.
Katrina, your move.
I wanted to do something while the rocks were still flying, but with the advantages, I don't think it would make sense for me to be able to do it. I mean, we've established Katrina just has Katrina just has knives. Like, that's the whole point.
She just has normal knives, yeah.
Although I don't think... Oh, no. I can use I'm going to use a move.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm going to use my cloak and dagger move, which is use sneaky to do a weapon attack instead of doing a physical weapon attack.
Nice.
Cool.
Okay, great. And that uses one of your...
That uses one of my KP.
Okay, great. Kinetic potential.
What's the difficulty? Do I have a setback?
Yep, you have a setback for sure, and their resistance for all blade weapons are going to be 3.
Okay.
Boy, I sure hope Run is being, like, truthful about all this, because if it turns out she's, like, some super evil criminal and they're just regular tree guards trying to do their job, this would be really uncomfortable.
The forestry, yeah.
They're the forestry service. Did you say forestry?
I just said forestry. I forgot to add, like...
No, that was good, though. Like forest rangers, except for one single tree.
I have a success and an advantage.
Great. What were you... So you're just trying to sneak and stab?
I think the cloak and dagger move, it just means, like, you use sneaky to do a weapon attack instead of, like, physical weapon attack.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, I think the plan is just to, like whirlwind, like, throw a bunch of daggers.
All right, who are you throwing them at?
The only one who's still standing.
All right, the one with the ring.
Fair, yeah.
Very good. All right, and so you succeeded in hitting, and what is your... You had one advantage too, right?
Yeah, I think the advantage for this one is he doesn't die.
Oh, okay.
I think the advantage is just incapacitated, because Katrina wants some answers from a third party.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so maybe you throw a couple daggers at this person, and you're able to kind of knock them back. Maybe they, like... You know, they were stooping over to their injured friend, and so you're able to get them kind of in their shoulders, and then that pins them back.
Yeah, maybe I can pin them on a tree or something. That'd be cool.
Yeah, you pin them on a tree. Yeah.
Cool.
And I think Run quickly rushes over and, like, yanks the ring off of their finger, so they're unable to do some weird shit while they're pinned against the tree. And the other two people
can't magic
aren't...
anymore.
dead yet, but they are dying. Like, that's where they're, like...
Mm-hmm.
Like, if it was D&D, they'd be making death saving throws. That's where they're at.
Gotcha.
And so, you've got this mage guard pinned. What do you do, Katrina?
Katrina just kind of saunters over to this mage guard and, like, takes off her cloak and, like, hangs it on a nearby branch and, like, sits on, like, the nearby marble bench. And she takes the stiletto out of the end of her scimitar and just kind of starts, like picking her fingernails with it. And she's just like, you see, now I have a problem. And the problem is, I don't trust any of you. And you've all been very awful to be around this whole time. She, like, points with the stiletto over to the guy in the tree. And he says, I need you to make a more pleasing argument as to why I should be nice to you than this one. And she points over to Run.
I think, okay, a lot of shit's happening here. Roll fear.
Nice.
Let's make a resistance 3, but a boost because of everything.
Well, that's not what I wanted.
Uh-oh.
I got all my good rolls in combat.
Well, this makes sense. She hasn't done a ton of charisma work yet.
Yeah, it's a failure with 2 disadvantages.
And the combat went, like, insanely well for the two of you, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a fun one. I think the mage guard is about to speak, and you see...
Oh, he's got a cyanide pill. I fucking knew it.
You see Run just kind of, like, shaking her head and just, like, stabs him in the neck.
Oh.
With one of her blades.
Okay.
So that's the disadvantages and the failure. But then Run says...
Jeez.
No, I'll tell you, all right? I'll give you the answer you seek.
I think Katrina stands up and goes, I didn't want you to tell me what the answer was. I wanted him to tell me what the answer was. I've already heard your story.
I love how Run is incapable of, like, not being as shady as possible in every moment.
That's the disadvantages, is you're not going to get clarity on what she says.
Oh, my God.
It could be truthful. Could not. We don't know. She's going to say, as I mentioned, these mage guards are the security of the Bawayu and I guess of the beacon in general.
As she's doing this monologue, Katrina is just, like, huffily walking around and, like, disengaging her knives from various body parts and, like, shoving them all, like, cleaning them on the grass and shoving them all back into the cloak.
Yeah, no, I like that picture where Run
we're
is
all picking
giving,
up Nerf
like,
darts and...
I like that. Run is giving, like, this is it. This is the time for all the shit to be explained. And Katrina's like, yeah. Wiping her blades. Sure. I mean, fine. I mean, he was going to tell me. It's fine. It's whatever.
God, this one's really stuck.
So, the reason the mage guard...
It's not... There it is.
I'm monologuing now.
Long ago.
No, this is going to be good. You'll like this. I was working on this in our interim.
Ooh, okay.
You see, the mage guard, they're not just like regular city patrols where they hunt down criminals. No, they only act when there are serious offenses being made. And, well, I have attempted such offense. The beacon is run by 2 individuals, the Magi, who is the leader of the magical forces, and then the Magistrate, who is more of the governing body implemented by the ruler of Rillian. And I attempted to assassinate the Magistrate.
Oh.
And I'm still planning on doing that, and I'm going to need your assistance in completing this task in order to properly redeem myself.
Do you have a contract?
I do.
Can I see the contract?
Roll. I had an idea, and I want to roll to have it be decided.
Okay.
Can you roll for me a persuasion or a fear?
I mean, I suppose it would be persuasion, because she's not, like, trying to intimidate. What's the difficulty?
Yeah. I'll be nice and give you a 2, because I know your charisma is shit. And it wouldn't be that hard of a persuasion roll anyway. But I had an idea, and I wanted to let the dice pick.
Oh, sweet. Okay. That's a success and an advantage.
Okay, great. So, yeah, she is able to... If it was a failure or a disadvantage, I was going to say she lost it. But no, She's got it.
It's
she
in
pulls
my
out the contract.
It's in my other cloak. Yeah.
Yeah. And she continues to explain. She says, as you know, Katrina, every contract given out by the Blades isn't, well, some of them are just for hire, but most of them are to eliminate threats to the Blades organization. You know this. Are you familiar with the group called the Burn Shards?
What?
Katrina kind of grumbles, says, yes.
Well, they were originally based in Rillian. They were outcast, hence the name Shard, as they were broken off from most of the magical society here for their pyrotechnic displays and tendency for cruelty.
What? Okay.
But, as you know, the Burn Shards have a great influence in Glenwood. And they are not a huge fan of our organization working amongst the city and the kingdom. And we have lots of intel. As you know, the King's Shadow is one of our members. But she has informed us that if we were to straight up try to kill the Burn Shards, the king would get suspicious and do an all-out hunt for the Blades. So that's not an option. We can't just all-out kill the Burn Shards. But
I think while she's like saying all this, Katrina's like scrutinizing the looking over the contract all over the place. She's like, "This is from my chapter."
Mm-hmm.
You're from my chapter? You're from Glenwood? From Costerine?
I was. I haven't been there in a while, so that's why you probably don't know me. That's where I was kicked from. But the point is, we cannot kill the Burn Shards, but we can weaken them. And so they still had a few supporters here in Rillian, mainly in secret, providing them with intel, with resources and supplies, and that's what this contract was for. The magistrate of the Beacon is a supporter of the Burn Shards. That's what the contract was for. That was a contract that I was given before everything else went down, and so I want to fulfill this contract to show that I am still loyal to the Blades. By killing one of my own kind, by killing a fellow Orf, I thought that would show my true allegiance.
Jeez. Okay.
And the contract, give me a ratiocination roll.
Okay.
Difficulty 3, but boost because you're familiar with what the contract's supposed to look like.
A failure with 2 advantages. I have the idea. I
was gonna say the failure would mean you do not know whether it is authentic.
Well, right, and I have an idea for what that looks like.
Okay.
Because I think she's looking it over and she goes, I don't recognize this name. Who is this Minute Keeper? Kor is the Minute Keeper in Costerine.
Oh, is he now?
Yes.
Oh. That's telling. No, he was not the Minute Keeper when I was there. I think we have a lot to discuss, Katrina.
Do you? Do you think we have some things to discuss? And she like gestures around to like the 3 bodies lying around.
So I think she says we have some things to catch up on. And perfect timing wise, Katrina's boy shows up. Raish in sand form, appears in the group, sees the 3 dead bodies, sees Katrina, sees Run, and he he just kind of goes, hi, I'm Raish.
I think Katrina like gestures to the one like slumped over by the tree and goes, I tried to leave one for you. I just
I think the 3 of them will Raish informs Katrina of the house that they have at JJ's, and so I guess I'll just let you decide. Do you think that
JJ's house,
and then Run also has a place? So just to move on to the next scene, do you think Katrina would go back with Raish to JJ's for the night and catch up with Run later, and then they'll set up a time when they can catch up the next day? Or do you think she's going to go with Run and stay there for the night?
No, she knows where the gang is. I think she's just gonna follow this lead with Run because she's the closest she's been to actual answers all evening.
And then Raish goes, do you want me to... I can go back. I mean, I just kind of got here. I've been kind of running around all day. I got trouble, and then I came back, and then I came to you, and I don't know. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, no, I just assumed that you were coming over to stay. I would prefer if you stayed. I would prefer to have you with me.
You would? Cool. That's cool. I would prefer that. I prefer that too. That's what I prefer to do in this situation.
Oh my
I think
God.
she kind of gives him like a weird like smile, like, okay.
Great.
Cool.
This has been a great conversation.
Daytime, it's the morning after.
Woo! It's the morning after. It's the next day. We're in JJ's house. Everyone was able to get a situation again. JJ had plenty of rooms and bedding for everybody. It's a great breakfast. JJ does cook. He was a little upset last night, but that's not gonna put off his hospitality. He's still
Grog has just returned from his morning run.
Of course.
Grog has returned from his morning run. We all know this. This is how it is.
This is the way.
I gotta ask, did Raynor call his dad at all last night?
Oh, yeah.
Before he went to bed?
Yes, definitely.
Great. And they just had like a nice conversation, or?
Yeah, I don't think it was anything super, like, plot important. He did probably catch him up a little bit on, like, the restaurant interlude and just getting trapped into working there. Yeah, I like the idea of having, like, another scene of talking to him in the future, but I don't think we need to right this second.
Yeah, not this moment. Yeah. We will.
But
Fans, don't worry.
Yeah, he's keeping up with Bjorn.
We haven't forgotten about Dad.
Yep.
I do think, as we mentioned, a couple of our party members either had no clothes or torn clothes. I do think, obviously, JJ's size is not quite the same as the party members.
Right.
But he does have some things that Quiz and Trouble could drape over themselves. You know, like maybe like a shirt that would count as like a whole...
So here's a question. Is Trouble the general size of anybody in the party?
I suppose he is, yeah.
We've said he's like a pretty standard human size, I think.
Yeah.
So like he would be like Raynor size or Jonathan size.
I think so, yeah.
So could Trouble not, just for the time being, wear their work uniform while they wear their normal clothes?
Yeah, so how about this? Quiz and Trouble are wearing JJ's Jungle Jumble uniforms.
Yeah, because Quiz had a uniform already.
Yep.
I like the idea that Trouble wanted, like, because, like, I like the idea that JJ would offer, like, oh, you can have some of these spare clothes, except they're way too big. And Trouble was like, no, I think he's going to grab, like, a gigantic pair of pants, but just, like, tie it off with, like, a rope or something. So he's just got these pant legs that are way too big for him. But because he's tied it up, it kind of works. Like a rope instead of a belt, yeah.
Super baggy pants.
Yes. They're just ridiculous, yeah.
And the uniform shirt.
Right.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I want to make it canon that the uniform comes with some sort of hat. Like one of those like one of those like short little like diamond shaped ones that they have at diners.
Yeah. And what color scheme is the uniform?
I'm thinking orange and white.
Ooh, okay.
Sure. Okay. I love it. Let's go for it.
Like striped.
Like pinstriped?
Yeah, that's what I was imagining in my head when I was thinking uniform for some reason.
No, that's way better than anything I could have thought of. That's perfect.
It's canon.
So that's what Quiz and gosh, Trouble is just a color scheme mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. He gets better every time.
So
right
now
Trouble is like a Kid Picks screen.
I think Grog sees all the colors that Trouble is embodying, and he's like, and this is what the simplicity is all about. This right here. All these colors. I think JJ, he finishes his prayers to the 5 Janus gods. He brings out breakfast, which is spicy bread toast.
Oh.
Spicy bread toast.
God, that sounds good.
Some other fried, like scrambles. And you guys have breakfast, and it's great.
Don't even talk to me unless you know about spicy toast.
Let's get to this action.
Yeah.
So... we've got Leroy, Quiz, Raynor, Jonathan, Grog, Eloise, not Abiil. He's still at the restaurant.
Yep.
But as they're wrapping up their breakfast, they have to decide what they're doing today.
I think Jonathan, like, they've all finished eating, and Jonathan, like bleary-eyed, has just now come out to the like table and is sitting down like groggy and like scratching, and he's like, "Don't like two of you have like school today or something?"
Trouble looks very put off by this, like a don't remind me kind of way.
I love that Trouble understands the abstract concept of school and like how you should react to it.
Yes.
But not that pants are a necessity.
Okay, no, about that. Hold on. I did not mean to go like 5 episodes before getting Trouble pants. I never, like, we talked about it in episode 1 and then I forgot. That was not supposed to be like tacit confirmation.
We weren't supposed to be indentured servants at a restaurant, and yet it happened.
I'm saying I don't want listeners to think that, oh, every episode Jamie forgot to bring up pants, Trouble was just nude. Like, I don't want that. That's not the way it went. I just forgot about it.
I have had to hold back so many potentially amazing jokes and comments.
Oh my god.
Because I don't think this is the place for them.
Of the trouble that Trouble was bringing?
Because, like, I don't think we have those types of fans yet. But I want to ask these questions.
I'm just gonna, plot time. It's plot time. Oh, look, the clock. It's plot time. Plot time, wow.
No, but what I was gonna say is that it was like said to our group, like, oh, there's an obedience school for helping him, like, not do this kind of shit. So, like, that part, I think he did understand, you know, like, you're going to go to a place where people are going to teach you to be more polite, and he's not really about that, you know? He's just...
People are going to tell me where to go, when to eat, what to do.
Exactly, yeah.
Leroy says,
let's see. Yesterday we talked about how some of you guys wanted to go to school. That was Rainer. Eloise wanted fighting school. Groik you were going to go with. Obviously, Trouble had to go there. And you were going to meet the teacher lady, at the big tree.
Yes.
And then...
Oh, and when the sun hits the leaves is what was said.
So we better get going.
Because I was just listening to that audio because I'm working on it. So that I remember that, yes.
And then Chris, Jonathan, and Abiil, you guys were going to go do your business stuff. And I hadn't decided yet.
Quist turns to Jonathan and goes, wait, don't we have to go get Abiil first? Isn't he still back at the restaurant? And Jonathan goes, oh.
Oh, no!
Abiil, he's still at the restaurant.
No!
The restaurant? What restaurant?
Yeah, you know my restaurant, JJ's Jungle Jumbo, the place where he was all working yesterday, the place where we met. You know, we had the places, and he did the coats, and he did the cooking, and we did the working, and you had the food, and you had a good time. It was a good place. We had a party, and he's been working on the books. I think he's going to be doing a good job. He's staying up all night. It's going to be real nice.
Jonathan forgetting everything is, like, a lot more palatable than Jonathan specifically forgetting Abiil.
Jonathan, like, takes a second to try and absorb that, like, whole thing from JJ and just goes... Okay.
So how about this? Once everyone's figuring out where there's going to be hands off to, you twos can come with me. We'll pick up your friend Abiil, and we're going to get him off those books, and then we're going to be having ourselves a good day, because I got to go to work. You know, I got a restaurant to run.
Okay.
I want to say that Rainer had committed to, like... Didn't we have some lead about how we could find a search in general to help us, like...
Yes. Yep, that was your whole thing.
Yeah.
You earned from the restaurant.
Right.
So I'm going to say you found a lead that you were able to... That there was a search in general in the Beacon, and that they were inside the Bawayu.
Oh, okay. So that's not really something where Rainer can be like, I'm going to the Bawayu today, and just pop over there.
Well, you're meeting the orc woman in front of that tree for obedience school stuff.
You know what? Yeah. Rainer could go along as far as the tree and then see if he can actually enter later.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, who knows if you're even allowed to go with Trouble into school.
That's true.
Yeah.
Rainer, I'm gonna follow you today. Wherever you go, that's where I'm going.
Yeah, okay. Sure.
Since you are the hero.
The more the merrier, I guess.
I must join your story.
All right, so everyone's got their destinations?
Yeah.
Jonathan like reaches forward and takes like whatever cup is just sitting in front of his spot. It's got some sort of dark liquid in it, and he takes a sip, and like within seconds his eyes like shoot open, and he stands up and he goes, "What is this?"
Which cup's you holding there, boy?
He looks down and he goes, I don't know. It's this one. I don't know.
Oh, that wasn't for the drinking. That's a hot sauce.
I think he could I get like a cup to go?
Wait, it's actually really good?
Jonathan likes it.
Interesting.
Sure, why not?
Sweet.
Yeah,
Jonathan's wired now. Let's go.
Sure. Rainer gives it a try, and he's like, man, if it's good, I'll try it. And he takes a little sip, and he's just like, no, then. And then he, like, doesn't open his mouth for, like, the next 10 minutes, just because it hurts.
Grog's like, yeah, that's not a beverage. That's like you put that on things.
Jonathan's like sipping it. He's like, I don't know if it's the years working in the mines or what, but God, this is good.
So you're all gonna leave JJ's house together?
This is not a scene. But when they leave, Trouble definitely just like turns right back around, and instead of leaving, tries to climb the house. And they're just like, fucking no, come on, dude, no, we can't, no, and they just pull him back.
PB's like, bruh.
Just wants to climb stuff, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't work, so we move on.
I think you all go to JJ's restaurant together, just because it's on the way. And JJ opens the doors, and out steps Abiil. And to remind you all, he did succeed on his previous role. So he emerges. I picture like dust out of the room, and he's got a binder in his hand, clean, organized, no tabs, no post, no dog-eared corners.
What
it's
role was it?
He was attempting. Well, he'll say it now.
Oh, okay.
All night long, I stayed up. I searched through all of the records and all of the archives. I transcribed. I felt like I had to translate an entire new language because of your fucking handwriting. But I was able to organize your reservation system.
Wow.
Look.
And he whips it open. I mean, it's got that new book smell. I don't know how he did it. Everything
That like fresh spine crack.
Yeah.
It's color-coded. As you can see, we have little star stickers next to important moments. We have an index in the back and a table of contents in the front. And it's going to be easy to use for at least another 10 years worth of reservations. This is the greatest thing I have ever accomplished in my life.
JJ just takes it and he's like, cool.
Yep.
Abiil, you didn't sleep? Like, do you need to sleep now?
No. Sleep is only for those who are weak or tired.
Oh, yeah, that's usually what sleeping is for when you're tired, yeah.
Jonathan just like raises his cup of hot sauce and goes, guilty as charged.
The ravens of the night were not needed to keep me awake, for my passion gave me the energy to stay alive.
Forgot about the
I am more alive than I have ever been in my life.
Oh my God.
I think Jonathan like kind of like side talks to Rainer. Like he's only intending for Rainer to hear, but he goes, "You sure didn't trade his shadow for just saying a bunch of random bullshit all the time? Because he's really good at that."
Now I am ready, Jonathan and Grorg, to fully devote myself to telling people about whatever the fuck we're telling them about today.
Now you're getting it.
Yes, I love it. But I'm not going to be with you today. You, Jonathan, and Quist are going to do...
I don't care. I literally do not care. This is all fine with me.
I like this new Abiil. I like it.
Raider's gonna go over to Quist, and he's gonna be like, "Hey, just like a heads up. I don't know if he's doing all right now, but like, if he does need to sleep and he doesn't want to, I mean, you know, you've kind of got that on lock if that comes up. You know what I mean? Like,
I think Quist turns to Rainer and he grabs his like shirt at the waist, like as high as he can reach, and he goes, Rainer, you have given me the greatest gift anyone could ever give me.
What?
I have so much power over this man and his day. Thank you. And he walks off with Jonathan and Abiil.
Okay, so we'll have Jonathan, Abiil, and Quiz leave for now. We'll have their scene more in depth next episode. But I just want to say, what district do they want to visit? I'm going to tell you, you would have been told by JJ or Grorg.
Yeah, I was going to say, how do they know?
But, well, here in the Beacon, we have 7 districts. We are currently in between the religious and the governing sector. Sorry, they're sectors, not districts.
Yeah, that's such a Terebian thing.
My bad. There's the religious sector, home, of course, to the great pantheon of the Geniscars, but of course there are other minor religions that are found here. The governing sector, where all governing bodies can be found, is probably where we're going to be able to get some more money if we need to. We've got the education sector, where the Instagram can be found, but also some training grounds for fighting. Eloise, that's for you. The entertainment sector. Enough said. There's a stadium. You can get entertained there. The industrial sector, home of many factories and woods workers and people who do things with their hands. Craftsmen, that's the word. Of course, there's the agriculture sector. This is where many of the farmers live, but of course the farms are outside of the city, but they'll come here. And then there is the market sector, where a lot of the business is done in an organized fashion.
Are the farms in the jungle?
Yes.
Cool.
That's tough, because I think Jonathan is torn between the entertainment district and the business district. But I think...
They're sectors.
Sector, thank you. I think for the purpose of finding the right audience for which to talk about a religion, I think the religious sector is a bad idea. I think... I think they're going to go to the entertainment sector.
Okay.
Nice.
So actually, everyone's going to be walking in the same direction. Because right now, you are in between the governing and religious, and entertainment's on the other side of the city. So everyone's going to be heading towards the Bawayu together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, as you are all traveling down the street, again, everything is very organized. You're still getting lots of looks from people, as you are the only humans in town, and the only people who don't have shadows, and the only ones who are blue. So all these factors, really, your jingling cap, your lack of knowing proper procedures, just everyone is just giving you those glares, those side-eye looks. Or like
I'm sorry, is there something we're supposed to be doing right now?
We didn't shout before we walked.
Even if there wasn't, just the fact that you're so different, people are just kind of like giving you a wide berth.
All right.
That's just how it is. And JJ's no longer with you. He's obviously back at his restaurant working. Of course, none of you know where Katrina or Raish are, but I don't think anyone cares.
Which is pretty common. It's pretty on par.
Yeah, that's pretty standard at this point. That's like how this story works. And if they were with you, I'd be concerned.
Right.
But it is still very beautiful. As the sun is just beginning to rise, you're not noticing a huge difference in the light because the trees had been... These little glowing orbs within them had been providing a very steady glow. So it's not like, it's now brighter, but it's just now natural light is starting to come in as the sun is climbing over the mountains, which are to the east of you. And so that's why, even though it's daytime, the sun hasn't...
I'm sorry, the what of us?
The east.
Oh. Oh.
It is eastern, really.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
It's so unusual.
Interesting.
What a strange new world we found ourselves in.
We're so close to doing progress. So it is... It aside from the weird looks people are getting you, it is a very just like serene, calm morning. Again, there's still some of that music playing, but it's not annoying. It's very calming, and you can still hear some birds singing, and you can't tell if the birds are part of the fake music or if they're making the music. You don't know.
Oh, that's very like Disney World. Yeah.
Yep. But it's just very chill and relaxing and beautiful, with a couple of the silver purple leaves falling as a breeze rustles through, and you're walking towards this giant tree in front of you, and it's nice. And then it's a little less nice, as the trees aren't glowing quite as bright. The lights kind of dim. Some of them like flicker. and then just kind of grow to like a muted tone. Then the trees kind of like sag, they like droop a little bit, almost like they were wilting a bit. They just don't look healthy. The trees don't look healthy anymore. They had looked very pretty, but they're just kind of drooping. And most notably, of course, the Bawayu, the big one, is doing the same thing. You just see this huge tree in front of you start to like droop right as you're getting to the tree. And so the people around you are also kind of like looking around at the trees, confused as to what's going on. You're now at the Bawayu. There are plenty of people in this area. You can clearly see there's like a door frame that people are like lining up in front of. What do you do?
Oh, like the door frame of the tree itself?
Yeah, so picture you've got this giant tree, just like it's a skyscraper building in dimension. The roots of it kind of branch out into each of the streets that you've been walking on. And the doorway is like a large arch in the trunk, where there's an actual like large door that seems to be closed at the moment, but people are lining up in front of it.
I think Rainer would probably go there.
Okay.
At least, like, if there's people in front of it, then he can also ask, like, hello, what is happening? Like, what's going on? Did you, like, you saw that, right? The trees are...
Yeah, I think there's kind of, there's a murmur of people kind of getting in front of the door, all asking kind of similar questions to people in front, and the person that you asked, she turns to you, she's an orc as well, and she goes, oh man, I saw the same thing too. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, why is the Bawayu and all of her little Wayu also not feeling well today? Like, what's going on?
Oh, this isn't a usual thing? This doesn't happen a lot?
Nah, I mean, the Wayu, they're all like connected. Like, they're all one tree. And I don't mean that in like a figurative hippie way. I mean it literally. They're one tree. And so if like one of them's sick,
then they're all sick.
They're all sick because they're the same tree.
Oh, that's not good.
I don't know what's going on. I was here. I was trying to get in the Bawayu. I left some stuff in there, but guess I can't do that right now. The door's closed.
Yeah. Is the door usually closed?
No. It's usually open.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Has Trouble caught sight of that person they're supposed to meet here or not yet?
Yeah, Eloise is looking around for that person.
Yeah, give me a searching roll.
Oh. What does that mean?
What's the difficulty?
No, for sure.
Difficulty
Sorry.
Will be 3.
Should have been more specific, yeah.
What does it mean? You're looking for someone. That's what it means.
No, I meant like... what I should have said was, what's the difficulty?
Yeah.
Trouble. Searching. Okay, that's not ideal. 2 failures and an advantage?
Okay, so I'm going to say you couldn't find him.
Right.
You know, there's too many people kind of huddled up in the situation, but an advantage is this person that you're talking to sees that Trouble is looking around. He's like, hey, hold on, is your blue friend like looking for someone?
Yeah, he is, but I doubt he actually wants to find her. Yeah, why do you ask?
Oh, it's just I'm kind of important, so if you like needed help finding someone, I'm really good at that.
Wait, are you really? What a coincidence that is.
Yeah.
You don't happen to, like, I've heard a little bit about this. You don't happen to be a search in general, do you?
Did you see my badge?
No, I did not.
It's right here. It's right here.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I think Rainer kind of blinks a few times, and then he holds out his hand and he says, "My name is Rainer. It's
Jonathan
great to meet you."
runs forward and slaps Rainer's hand down and goes, "You don't know what that means here."
I'm so sorry. I'm not up on my beacon customs. When you're meeting a new person for the first time, what would you normally do?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, I've been out in the woods a lot, so if they updated that recently, then I wouldn't know. But like last time I was here,
Yep.
What you do? You nod your head 3 times,
Okay.
and then you give a little grunt, not a big one, but whoo,
Yeah.
and then you clamp fists together like this, like a
Yep.
big, like one of these,
Okay.
and then you say your names.
There's a lot of steps to this. Okay.
Yeah.
Raynor accepts that no question. So he nods his head 3 times, and he goes, ugh! And then he holds up his hand to do the thing. Is it reciprocated?
Yep.
All right, hell yeah.
She goes back, yep.
He's like, yeah, my name's Raynor. It's nice to meet you.
My name is Grilta, the tree knower.
All right. Yes. Grilta, I think you might be the exact person that I've been looking for.
Well, sweet. I'm glad that this worked out really well for you.
I am too, Grilta.
Yeah. Purely out of curiosity, what does a Surgeon General badge look like, Nathan?
Yeah, let's do it. So it's made of metal because this is like legit, right? This is like a little patch. Let's go with it's a diamond.
Okay.
Shape.
Love it.
There's some Orcish on there you can't read, but there's a shape, and I'm gonna say you can recognize that it is the shape of the Orwelf jungle. Because you've seen maps before. Like,
yep.
You're not the brightest, but you can kind of get that's that shape. And there's some stars in one corner. Like on the top, there's 3 stars. In the bottom corner, there's a picture of like 3 trees. On the right corner, there's a picture of some mountains. On the left corner, there's a picture of some waves. And in the center was the picture of the Orwelf jungle.
Cool.
Dope. Tight, dope.
Yep. Yeah, so I'm a Surgeon General, and that's what I do. I love the jungle. I love the trees. And so this makes me really sad, you know?
Yeah, so we're still not getting we're not seeing any glimpses of what happened, or to be totally honest with you, I was half expecting a certain someone to like drop out of the sky and be like, oh, ha, I've poisoned the trees. Nothing like that has happened yet, though?
No.
Okay.
I think someone kind of clambers up onto one of the roots of the tree. They're wearing very similar garb to the mage guards, purple robe, silver, gold. But obviously, none of you guys know that.
Dramatic irony.
And they hold up like a ring next to their mouth, and they start talking. And it projects really loud.
Cool.
And they go, "Attention, everyone! Can I please get your attention? The bar bayou is currently closed at the moment. We are." Yes, we know some people are still trapped inside. We know you have some things within. We are currently trying to figure out the situation, but it does seem like the Bar Wayu has gotten some kind of disease or sickness. We are currently trying to remedy the situation as quickly as we can. So if you could all please vacate from the doorway in a calm and orderly fashion. Please do not step on any robes in the process, otherwise you know what must be done. And we will notify you when the Bar Wayu is open, but there is no need for alarm at this time. Everything is fine.
Yeah, guys.
Okay.
I'm not an expert on trees, except I am. But I'm going to tell you this right now. I don't think everything's fine.
Hey there, Questies, it's me, Nathan. Thank you so much for listening to episode 6 of Season 3. The announcement that we have today is, of course, we did it. We dropped them brand new spanking music albums. The music from Season 2, The Gate Arc, has finally been released. I told you it would come out between this episode and next. Now, did it drop yesterday, the day before this episode came out? Yes, it did. But that counts. That still counts. So we have released this one into 2 albums, The Gate Side A and The Gate Side B. But why did we do that? Well, how about I hand over the mic to the musical maestro, the creative genius behind all these songs. Jamie, take it away.
Hey everybody, this is Jamie. I don't usually do announcements, but I wanted to give you guys a couple of quick updates on some music and production stuff. The first thing, obviously, as you've heard, the Gate albums, the first big part of Season 2. I think it's like the first 17 episodes. It's quite a big chunk. Those are ready to go up on our website, knightsquestofficial.bandcamp.com. There we go. Got it in one. We're doing something a little bit different with this season because the first one, which we're calling Side A, has more of the standalone songs. It's like, this is the first time this theme has shown up, And Side B, like, I'm still really proud of the work I did for those songs, but there are a lot of remixes from both Season 1 and Season 2. There's a few remixes in the first one, Side A, as well, but that is the big difference between the two. I still care a lot about all the music, but Side A is definitely the face of that part of the show, And Side B is like some of the more background hidden stuff. And those are ready to go, and I'm really excited about that. The second thing is, as we've talked about in the past, how the money from y'all buying those albums, even if it is just $1 or if it's more than that, that money, we've said, is going back into the show and upping the production in helping us with our equipment and stuff and making the show better, right? And there's a very specific way that's happening because I have finally bought a new computer. My old one, I love it dearly, but it was super old. Nathan and Jake can attest, it took such a long time to get anything going. Skype calls or like the actual recording process itself, it was a problem. So with this new one, that has really kicked a lot of things into gear, and I'm super excited. And the reason I bring all that up is because the money from these purchases has directly gone to that. So you guys genuinely did help make this show, dare I say it, better. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for listening to the music. Thank you so much for buying the albums. And thank you so much for just listening to the show at all. It means a whole lot. This show is just a ton of fun, and I love doing it, and I can't be grateful enough.
Thanks again, Jamie. Before we just move on, I just want to say I am loving the music behind these songs. I've been listening to them nonstop while I've been working on other things. A couple of my favorites from both of the albums from Side A. I think some of my favorites have to be number 18, Rainer Dies Again, and of course number 30, Finally a Fight Scene. So probably two of my favorites on that album, but there's a lot of other ones. And then in Side B, obviously all the ones with Honest as Ajax, love those. But more specifically, number 13, We Have Commercials Now. That one is just a bop. Oh, and Merc Some Fools, wherever that one is. Yeah, number 29. So there's lots of really good songs. I recommend you go check it out. Again, knightsquestofficial.bandcamp.com or our main website, kqpodcast.com. It has a link to the music there. Check it out. Only $1 for each album or more. Again, if you want to continue to help support more upgrades. Jamie got a new laptop. No, I'm thinking of getting one too because mine keeps crashing and making me have to re-edit the whole episode. And that sucks. So if you want to help us improve our podcasting abilities, continue to donate. And again, just a huge thank you to everyone who has already contributed. You're absolutely amazing. So if you're liking the show, you know what to do. Leave a review, tell your friends, follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and check out our website, kqpodcast.com. You guys are all incredible. You're amazing. And I think that's all we got to say. Yeah, next episode will be up in 2 weeks. As usual, it's going to be March 26th. May your place in his story belong.
Real quick, how much more of this episode do you think we have left?
Looking at the timer, we got 12 minutes.
Okay. I'm going to be right back so quickly. I have been holding in a lot of pee.
Okay.
I will go take care of that. I'll be right back.
Just an absorbent amount of pee.
Too much. That's too much, man.
That's too much.
I like how you called the worst possible outcome. You just called it the oh no.
Yeah. Because I imagine if we roll it, you have to say, oh no.
Oh no. Yeah, that's going to be a problem.
Boy, this one's going to be fun to edit later.
Yeah.
That's for post-Hawaii, Nathan.
Post-Hawaii, Nathan will have more time and fewer deadlines, I imagine.
I just need to get on the trip because they're like pre-vacation you can't relax because you're getting ready for shit. Hey, I'm COVID negative, though. That's fun. I just got tested today.
Excellent. Yeah.
So that means I can lick all your stuff.
I wish you wouldn't.
Too late.
Yeah.
Well, he really had a lot of pee.
Did you say, when you said 12 minutes or so left, does that mean our recording is at around 45-ish?
Yeah.
Cool.
I have 48 recorded minutes.
Okay, yeah.
It's probably a little less than that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back, bitches.
He returns. Okay.
Let's do this thing.